Alright everyone, and we're back.
あんた、さっきの軍曹さん？
いいな、断じていいな。我が名はクイズ鬼。このクイズ峠に住まう伝説のクイズ鬼よ。
Okay, we read through this already. What's new?
はい、そこ。郷にいれば郷に従え。もちろんただとは言いません。全問正解のあなたには暮らしに優しい日用雑貨をプレゼント。注ぐだけでご飯が美味しく炊ける洗濯機とか、入れるだけでお皿をきれいにしてくれる洗濯機とか、最新のゲームができる洗濯機とか、目白押しだよ。
信じられね
え。よーし、君が生きの。はーい、そんなわけでジャンルは2つ。どちらを選んでもさあ、好きな方を選んでね。
Alright, we chose moderate last time. We have a choice between elementary and show me your best. So I guess we'll save show me your best for last. Alright, where does Shiro work part-time? Copenhagen. What is the name of the city where these events take place? Fuyuki. How many servants can be summoned during the Holy Grail War? No limit as long as you have command spells. What is Tosaka's family motto? What is the Tosaka family motto? Always mini skirts. Always elegant. Which of these things is not like the others? Mato Sakura, Tosaka Rin, Laser It. Oh really? Not like the others? Alright. Erasing the scene skip, okay. Go back. Well, I'm happy to receive Ilia's kind invitation. I better be getting back to town. The Holy Grail War has restarted. I went out to the castle without telling anyone, and I bet they'll start worrying right about now.
え。いや、今日は帰るよ、イリア。また遊びに来るから、泊まるのはその時な。
今からじゃ帰るの大変なのに。シロ、こんな時までさくらたちのこと気にするんだから。
お嬢様、無理を言うものではありません。さあ、リーゼリット、エミヤ様がお帰りです。森まで送って差し上げなさい。
うん。もったいないけど、シロ、帰る。
That takes care of that. I really hate to go, but this is it for today.
じゃあな、イリア。また今度遊びに来る。
I waved to her as I say goodbye.
もう、いいわ。次こそ泊まっていってもらうんだから。シロ、絶対だよ。
感心しました、エミヤ様。あなたにも節度というものがあったのですね。
I don't like the smirk on her face right now. Liz shows me out of the lobby. It'll probably be dark out by the time I get back to the city. Well then, how should I spend the final night? Alright, what's new? Hang around and call it a day. Okay. We're going through almost all of the new stuff right now, too. Bridge? Nothing new. Afternoon. Bridge. Nothing new. Call it a day. Afternoon. Okay, there's temple. Anything else new? Uh-huh. Let me see if there's anything else new before I continue on with that main part of the story. I want to try and get all the news I can. Third day. Alright, we're good on that. We're good on that. Good on that. There it is. Another new. Alright, here we go again. Alright.
はーい、そこ。もち。
Oh,
好きな
that
方を
was fast.
いろいろめんどいんで選ぶのは任せます。
あ、本当？偉いぞ。目上の人を立てることを知ってるのね。お姉ちゃん嬉しいな。けど敵に聞きクイズを預けるな。この未熟者め、そんなんでこのクイズ鬼を超えられると思ったか。お前のような軟弱者には最上級クイズを叩き込んでやる。ふふふ。全問正解の暁には私の素敵な壁紙ゲットだぜ。
What if I don't really want a wallpaper? When did Fate go on sale? January 30? I honestly didn't know that. I just knew that the year it came out was in 2004, so I'm kind of glad for that. What do you think was Makidara's ancestor's occupation? I don't know this. Bandits, pirates, rebels. I want to go with rebels, honestly. Pirates? I mean... Nope, okay. How much is Archer's fishing gear worth altogether? Ah, crap. I should have paid attention to that. Plus tax. Oh, no? Okay. Which one of Saber's attributes is less than A? Master Tosakarin. Which one of Saber's attributes is less than... I feel like she has good luck, and I feel like she has good agility and strength, so I don't know what it is that, but I didn't go over her records though, so that's the issue. Ooh, this is tough. I'm gonna get a lot wrong now. I want to say, overall, she has good luck and good strength. The Holy Grail in the original Fate story is the... oh, that's what I get for not paying attention. It's between these two. It's not 777. Boom. Nope. Okay. We'll go back. Couldn't get the perfect. All right. Anything else new right now? No? Okay. Bridge, nothing new. Alright, so here's my problem with this particular one. Yeah, so this isn't the first time I picked this, guys. Every time I pick this, the game always glitches out on me. And I'm worried it's gonna glitch out on me again. So, I guess we'll find out. I see Castor. Come to think of it, it's not unusual to find her meditating here. I wonder if there's something she's thinking about.
前聖杯戦争について聞いた時は突っぱねられた。
And there. Okay. Maybe now's the right time. Perhaps I would be able to hear the real story from her. Alright, so I managed to get past the glitch in this particular area. I found out I was supposed to pretty much like quickly skip through the dialogue because I think it has something to do with the voice clips. So if you skip it, you can avoid the automatic shutdown of the game. And so far I have to read, in order for me to understand what's going on, I have to read the logs, which I will later. Asking for the real story. What am I saying? I've already asked Castor everything I need to ask. If I question her any further, I might end up touching upon the truth. That's too reckless. No matter how much she prefers living a peaceful life, she's still a natural-born witch. She will eliminate mercilessly anything that does not serve her interests, as if sweeping away the dust before her without hesitation. I can't let my guard down. What's living among someone whose very existence is something that hurts others, showing any weakness at all is fatal.
そう。あいつは裏切りの魔女メディア。人間の敵として祭り上げられた繁栄優。
I recall the myth. The princess of sorcery who received the teachings of the great witch. The cunning witch behind the demise of many countries in the Age of Gods. Princess Medea, the daughter of Aeetes, the king of Colchis, the edge of the east of the Greek world on the eastern coast of the Black Sea. A sorceress who received the teachings of Hecate, goddess of magic, a princess who led a sheltered life as a king's daughter. The innocent princess who was raised unbeknownst to the outside world was plenty content with just that. She neither wanted wings to set herself free, nor did she long for the vast outside world. She loved the country she was raised in, and was satisfied with living her whole life in the mountains. However, with the arrival of heroes seeking glory, the girl's hopes were shattered. The captain of the Argo appeared from the outside world. Jason, the hero who arrived seeking the treasure of Colchis, the golden fleece would cause Medea to betray her country. It was because the goddess aiding Jason, Aphrodite, put a curse on Medea, which caused her to fall blindly in love with him. Medea betrayed her father, gave the golden fleece to Jason, and escaped Colchis with Jason, now her husband. Even as the king of Colchis pursued the Argo to reclaim his daughter, the cursed Medea used magic to tear apart her brother, who accompanied them into pieces and scattered them across the sea. Grieving, the king collected his dead son's remains, and Jason and company used the opportunity to put Colchis behind them. Like this, the foreign invaders shook off their pursuers. However, it is said that the disquieting atmosphere in the Argo did not fade. The princess who presented her homeland's treasure to the man, the woman who went as far as to kill her own brother for the man she loved. The heroes on the boat unanimously castigated the girl who was princess of Colchis. As if regarding something disgusting and filthy, the heroes avoided the girl. Fortunately for Medea, whose heart was bound by the goddess' curse, she saw her condemning gaze as no different than a mere sea breeze. She was content with hearing only Jason's words. I'm sorry, but you've done well, Medea. That's right. So long as she could hear such words from the man she loved, she could endure the hero's disdain. The regret of abandoning her country, the sinful betrayal towards her father, the punishment of murdering her own brother were all things she could withstand, and yet, not once did she hear such warm words from her husband. The return voyage ended without the slightest problem. Jason made the foreign princess his wife and returned triumphantly to his own country of Locos with the promised golden fleece in hand. But what awaited there was the death of his parents and the annulment of the promise. Once the golden fleece is returned, thy throne shall be recognized. Peleus, the king of Locos, who promised this to Jason, cowardly laughed it off as a simple play of words. Fueled by rage, Jason commanded his betrothed, he's a cowardly usurper, kill King Peleus. Though seized by her love towards Jason, Medea was still but a young girl. To the girl who had been shattered by her deed against her brother, Jason repeated insistently, kill, kill, kill King Peleus who broke his vow. Kill the king's relatives. That's right, the king alone will not suffice. Kill that unsightly successor and the 3 princesses too. It did not take long for Jason to prepare the assassination. The king and his daughters were invited to Jason's house. In the center was the witch's cauldron. The girl had been bestowed it by the great witch Hecate, a crystallization of secrets and a foundation of mysteries. My good king, we welcome you to our humble abode. Before anyone realized, the end had already begun to draw near. Unable to resist the man she loved and the curse of the goddess, Medea would use her own magic for the murder of the king. King Peleus, let us feast our eyes on my wife's secret arts. The man she loved said proudly. The girl stirred the cauldron with eyes weary from crying. This would be the secret art of rejuvenation, the magic in which my wife is particularly skilled. Thus spoke the man whom she unknowingly came to love. Unable to oppose, the girl continued the ritual. Let me go back. The hand stirring the cauldron grew ever so tired, feeling like lead. Come to think of it, from the moment she had put our country behind her, had she ever been able to sleep peacefully? Her mind and body exhausted, she continued on as if surrounded by a thick fog. Being this tired made her forget. Being this sad made her dull. Oh, had she learned magic to do such things? She cut up an aged sheep and placed it on the cauldron. Stir, stir, splash, splash. It melted and disappeared. And then, the aged sheep that had lost all shape and figure revived at the hands of Medea. Its skin brilliant and its eyes full of life. The aged sheep was reborn a lamb. The king, impressed, requested that he be rejuvenated as well. Then the girl spoke, just as instructed by the man she loved. For that purpose, the body must first be cut apart. This art requires that you die once. The king, fearless, ordered the 3 daughters he loved so to perform the dire deed. The 3 princesses cut their father into pieces. The king was thrown into the cauldron and then... I saw it. Those fiendish daughters carving up their own father. Their father did not revive. The 3 princesses cried and screamed. The man she loved then bound the women. The gods would never forgive the sin of her patricide. Daughters of King Peleus, take up your own lives. The 3 daughters cried and shouted. Why has this happened? They cried out. They pleaded for forgiveness not from the gods, but from their father, the king who they had killed. The unfamiliar man called Jason did not forgive even one of them. Ooh, wow. The goddess' curse vanished at that moment. Her clouded heart finally cleared up, but it was too late. Betraying her country, killing her brother, killing the king through trickery, going as far as to let the 3 innocent princesses die. That day, the girl had undoubtedly transformed into a witch. Let me go back. That's such a depressing background too. The splendor of Jason's ascent to the throne lasted but an instant. The people learned of the king's murder, and they drove Jason and the foreign witch out of Locos. Jason, who had no place to return to, took the witch and roamed Greece, wandering at last to Corinth. The king of Corinth welcomed Jason, and before long proposed matrimony with his daughter Glosse. I don't know how to pronounce that. Marry Glosse and obtain the kingship of Corinth, or keep the witch as wife and continue to receive the king's protection. Jason did not hesitate. Even though he had begotten 2 children from the witch, their bond was not enough to keep him near. Jason abandoned the witch and ran to Glosse's side. Please don't go. Please don't go. I threw aside my home and country for you. I gave up everything for you. Have pity, if not for me, then for the children, I beg of you. To the witch, who clung tearfully, the man said, What are you trying to say? Was it not your fault that I lost my country? You terrible foreign witch, I never loved you even once. That's a terrible thing to say to Medea. No wonder she turned out the way she did. Before she knew it, home was too far. All hope lost. She stepped onto foreign soil. Let me go back. And so, At the end of a long journey, her only desire was born. But how could it be granted? Everything was but a dream of paradise. The girl became a hideous witch, and even upon returning home, not a single soul would believe her to be the young princess. She had changed too much. Even as the castle she lived out her childhood remained unchanged, surrounded by the same greenery. And then, on the day of the marriage of the man named Jason, in the midst of countrywide celebration, Corinth fell. Girls say the bride was engulfed in flames, and the hero who was to become the new king was forced to get into a life wandering. The tale that follows is no longer part of the legend. It is said the young man who led the heroes as the captain of the Argo while pondering the wreckage of the ship was crushed to death by its fallen stem post, and that the girl he brought home with him became a witch and continued to wander the lands of Greece. Even now she gazes over yonder from the ashen shore. The many sins she had accumulated. Let me go back. And the many dreams she had left behind. Let me go back. Though she knew those wishes would never be granted, I want to return to my country before I die. As though in atonement, the woman continued to hope. Dizziness overcame me, as if having seen a fragmented dream.
そうだ、話を聞くんだっけ。
I'll be alright, so long as I'm careful, a conversation should be fine. It's akin to jumping to a lion's den out of curiosity, but this time the witch seemed sated. Surely she'd overlook an unpleasant question or two to kill some time.
また来たの？何のつもりか知らないけど勇敢ね。私が一人でいる時がどんなに危険か分かっているでしょう。
Just as she says herself, being near Castor when there's no one else around is unquestionably dangerous. The real hazard is not the fact that she can use magic without the concern of prying eyes, but the fact that she cannot control her emotions while not under the scrutiny of others. Once Castor snaps, there's no way to stop her. She may act like a calm witch if an outsider were present, but when left alone, her feelings run wild. Well, people do call that being emotionally unstable or delusional.
いや、ちょっと気になることがあって。今は機嫌が良さそうだから、今のうちに聞いておこうと思ったんだよ。
The atmosphere grows ever so slightly heavier. I guess she's already figured out what it might be about.
何かしら。あまりいい話ではなさそうだけど。
ただの質問。長居するのも恐ろしいし、サクッと聞くけどさ。あんたがこの状況を解決する気がないのは分かってる。それに関してはどうこう言う気はない。ただ、一つだけ知りたくなったんだ。あんたほどの魔術師なら、この4日間のことなんて簡単に調べがつく。なら本当の話、あんたは本当のことを知ってるんじゃないのかって。
面白いことを言うのね。私が全てのからくりを知っていると？
A broad grin spreads across her face. It's the polar opposite of her smile from before, a smile that carries an unmistakable omen of death.
残念ながら外れよ坊や。確かに初めは手を尽くして危うく天をつかみそうになったわ。けど今の私はその一歩手前。ほら、お遊戯は全てを知れば終わってしまうでしょ。だから解明するのはやめて、その前に手を離したのよ。
やめておいたね。そりゃ同じことだろ。結局知ってるようなもんじゃないか。
ええ。でもまだ誰にも教えてはいないわ。犯人を当ててしまったら事件はおしまいですもの。この犯人は何もできないし、無理に捕まえる義理もないですからね。
なるほど。犠牲者は出ないから感染してるってわけか。そういえば割と受け身だよな、あんたって。じゃあ今回もずっと傍観してくれるのか？
私から手を出す気はないと言ったでしょ。 でも最後の時になったらそう言ってはいられないでしょうね。終わるというのなら私も黙ってはいない。いえ、私じゃなくて私のマスターがだけど。
Well, it's the same thing in the end, sighs Caster. She may be known as a treacherous witch, but her obedience to her master, Kuzuki Soichiro, is absolute and unwavering. Well, you could also say she's head over heels for him. She seems to think she's not been found out yet, but it's a well-known fact to everyone aside from Kuzuki and Caster. The moment Kuzuki Soichiro says assist me to Caster, she would obey regardless of what it was.
あんたとしては続けたいけど、久月先生が解決すると言ったら手伝うってこと？
そうよ。犯人の邪魔はしないけど協力もしない。いえ、できないのよ。終わる終わらないは私ではどうにもならないことですからね。わかる？だからあなたは目障りなの。続けたいって言うなら飽きるまで続けさせればいいのに、自分から邪魔しようとしているんだもの。ほんと、何度あなたを殺してやろうと思ったか。
一応聞いておくけど、今の冗談？
あら、私が冗談を口にできる女かどうかあなたは知ってるんじゃなくて？
My back freezes twice over. I knew it wasn't a good idea to stay here for long.
あんたはとことん傍観者だってことは分かったよ。この話はこれっきりにしたいところだけど、どうして殺さなかったんだ？一度ぐらいはいいだろうに。
Well, no, not really. Since it's Caster we're talking about, you'd think she'd lose it and skewer me at least once already.
どうしても何も。マスターが一度もそれを望まなかったからに決まっているでしょ。
She declares flatly. I smile at her graciousness.
そうか。そうだったな。最後にもう一つ聞いとくわ。仮に久月総一郎がこの異常に気づいたらどうすると思う？解決しようとするかな？それともこのまま放っておこうとするかな？なあ、本当の話、あんたらはどうなんだろ
う？ For an instant, the air is completely frozen. I could have died 4 times within 3 seconds. Caster restrained the magical energy that could kill me with a glance.
解決するわ。総一郎の善悪は坊やとは違うけど、あの人は自分が間違っていると感じたことは正す人だから。
Her answer has a shadow of sadness in it.
そっか。あんたのマスターは俺に似てるんだな。
I said that to myself in reverence as I let out the melancholy that had built up in my chest.
違うわね。あなたが総一郎に似ているの。
Her reply echoes with pride.
ああ、じゃあこの辺で。つまんない話をして悪かった。あんたは思う存分ここで我関せずを貫いてくれ。
言われなくてもそのつもり。けど、そうね。一人で頑張っているあなたに敬意を表して、全てが終わる時が来たら見送りぐらいはしてあげるわ。
I'm dumbfounded. Her words leave me speechless.
何ですかその顔は。私の言っていることがわからない？私は最後の時になったら。
分かってる。手伝ってやるって言ったんだよな。お世辞抜きで頼りにするよ。あんたたちに手伝ってもらえるのはもしかしたら一番の励みになるかもしれない。
I'll leave Caster's garden. She fixes her robe and sees me off. What an unpleasant subject, even though she was in such a good mood. There was just one moment where she looked like her past ominous self.
本当の話、あんたらはどうなんだろ
The boy who said that it was already leaving. The witch conceals her body with a black robe, and rather than disappearing, stands completely still. Someone who is like someone. Someone who is alike to someone. I see. Your master is like me. The present that is like reality. The illusion that resembles reality.